Okay, so today I am responding to the hate I've been getting online in the comments because of my take on Itachi. Because I decided to speak the truth, right? Because I decided to speak the truth, I am being attacked. I am being attacked from left, from right, up, down. I'm being attacked because I decided to speak the truth on Itachi Uchiha. You see, the thing is just like with a lot of y'all comments, and I'm gonna put all y'all comments here. I'm gonna put it up here, all over here, right? Like the things that you guys don't understand is that I too used to really like Itachi, right? Like I used to really like Itachi, but I had to look at that whole situation from an objective standpoint, right? Like I remove my bias from it. I am an Itachi fan. I like his fighting styles. I like the fact that he was a prodigy and what he was trying. Itachi was supposed to be the one, right? Like Itachi was that guy, but he was still a scumbag. He was still a scumbag for what he did, and I'm just speaking the truth. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the truth, right? Itachi was supposed to be the one, right? And I want to respond to some of y'all comments, and I'll start with this one, right? So first one, such a surface level take. All right. The Uchiha had no happy endings, bro. Itachi chose the one that leaves the land of fire, example of war. If you think about it, the hidden leaf after defeating the Uchiha would have been attacked by other villages, started the fourth great ninja war. Weak-ass ninja like Iruka sensei would have been gone, i.e. no Naruto, and all of the Uchiha would have fell, i.e. no Sasuke. You see how people like to go from Z, right? Like start from A, right? Like why did they want to do a coup? What happened, right? Like nobody even asked themselves that question. What actually happened? Why did Fugaku led the whole clan trying to actually overtake the government? Well, the leaf, right? The elders and the Hokage and everything. Why did they do that? Nobody talks about that. Everybody just want to talk about how they wanted to do a coup, and Itachi was the only thing that he could think of was to just off his whole clan and then save. There was a civil war happening. Nobody wants to talk about how it started. Can we talk about how it started? Why the coup was actually going to... Can we talk about that? Nobody wants to talk about that. The reason why is we know that the Leaf did not like the Uchiha for because of why? Because of the power, because of the Sharingan, because of what they could do, right? We know that the Leaf, right? When I say the Leaf village, I'm talking about the elders and Danzo and the people, the powers that be, right? I guess you would call them that. We know that they did not like the Uchiha, right? They were castrated. Like, if you had to go to that clan, you had to literally like walk miles away from the whole village. They were on the outside. They were not around other people. Like, they did not want them to be around everybody else, right? Like, they were planning on offing them, right? Like, it wasn't a secret. You know, you get what I'm saying? It was not a secret. They were planning on offing them. So to just be like, well, the Uchiha were planning a coup to just da-da-da-da-da. How did that start, right? Like, how did that start? Let's talk about how it actually started before we get to, well, they were planning a coup, so Itachi had to do what he had to do. No, let's start from the beginning. So to that answer, to that comment, I would say, let's start from the beginning. Ask yourself, how did it happen? Why did the coup was being planned? Why did the coup was being planned? Okay, on to the next one. So this guy says, if he didn't, his clan was gonna do a coup, and then I'm pretty sure more lives would have been lost. He did the deed. Otherwise, Danzo would have done it, so it was already decided. Oh my gosh. You know, let's start. Okay. That's actually a good one, right? So it says like, well, you know that it was going to already happen, so he had to just do it. Otherwise, Danzo couldn't finish Shisui. and Danzo and company, because he was not by himself. Danzo tried to off Shisui, right? And he couldn't do it by himself, right? Shisui was by himself. Danzo and company tried to... what was Danzo going to do? You say Danzo was going to kill the whole clan. What was Danzo going to do? Danzo couldn't do anything against Shisui, let alone the whole clan. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What was Danzo going to do? And then, we talking about a coup. A coup doesn't necessarily mean war, right? It could get to war, right? Obviously, right? There's a threat of war behind that, but it doesn't necessarily mean war. You know, like when you pull up, you know, and it's a coup, it's like, yo, it could get to that point. Now, they are ninjas, right? With flipping powers and whatnot. Obviously, it would probably going to lead to that, right? I'm not gonna act stupid and say that there was no war going to happen. Probably it would, but what was Danzo going to do against the whole clan? Like, oh, the Enbu? You think people in the Enbu was going to do something against the Uchihas? Really? Come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about? On to the next one. So, this guy says, it's a double-edged sword. If Itachi went with the clan, it would be a civil war and it would destroy the village, leaving Konoha defenseless. And to put this on a teenager, and he was on a secret mission to join the Akatsuki. Then he says again, they had too much pride and they thought violence was the only way. Itachi and Shisui had a plan to put a genjutsu and blah, 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 blah. Look, bro, it's only a double-edged sword if you let it be a double-edged sword, right? Like, it doesn't have to be that. Like, your people had a whole plan, right? Was to overtake the government, right? Of the Leaf. And you decided to go against that, right? That was on you. Now, I'm saying that he was a scumbag for going against the clan and offing his whole clan. Now, nobody talks about the kid that Itachi killed in the park, right? Like, the Uchiha, they were not just all grown folks, bro. Like, it wasn't just all grown folks. There were kids too. Kids were also there, right? Babies were there. Kids were there. He killed them all. People saying that no, Danzo was going to do it. There was going to be a civil war. Then in the civil war, more lives would have been lost. What about the kids that he killed? Like, nobody thinks about them, right? Like, at the end of the day, right? We're looking at your actions, what you did. We're not looking at what could have happened or what was going to happen. Danzo was talking. At that point, Danzo was just talking, bro. Like, what civil war, bro? What was he going to do? Right? Itachi, he killed his people. And when I say, and his people includes kids, mothers, grandmothers, grandparents, probably pregnant women. Like, what about that? Nobody talks about that. Yo, like, it's just like, no, Itachi, people just think that Itachi killed, like, his friends and then his parents, which is crazy. But no, bro, like, he killed like a whole village, bro. Like, I don't think you guys understand what massacre. Like, the whole thing, bro. Like, the whole thing, bro. Like, he killed everybody, kids included, grandparents, grandmothers, everybody. You know, so miss me with that. No, miss me with that. I don't like this whole thing of like Danzo would have da 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 da. Stop it. See, most of the comments are a little bit about the same things, right? And the whole story of like, no, he was 14 to put it on a 14-year-old. Miss me with that. Like, if you're at 14, you're old enough to kill somebody. You're old enough, period. Right? Itachi was the only one that was the closest thing to Minato at that age. Minato was a prodigy. Itachi was a prodigy too. Itachi almost achieved the same accomplishment as far as like the Chunin exam and all the other stuff. Almost, he was the closest to Minato, right? Like, he was not a regular 14-year-old ninja. Like, that was not Itachi's case. He was a prodigy. And what kind of prodigy? People were comparing him to Minato. So, miss me with that whole thing. Nah, he killed people at 14. You old enough. And talking about Minato, do you guys think Minato was going to do the same thing that Itachi did? Offing the whole Namikaze clan? Do you guys think Tobirama Senju was going to off the whole Senju clan? Hashirama? We talking about Madara Uchiha? Do you guys think these people were going to do the same thing that Itachi did. What? Go check up on those guys and then come back on this video and tell me if those guys were going to do the same thing. Talking about Itachi did the right thing. Miss me with that whole shit. Bro, he was a sellout, yo. The biggest sellout in anime. Crazy work. Crazy work. None of those guys that I mentioned would have done anything close to that. They are riding straight for their clan. What? And the whole thing of like, oh, he joined the Akatsuki to tell. What did him joining the Akatsuki do for the village? How many times did the village get attacked? Oh, he joined the Akatsuki for the. What the hell was he doing in there except looking cool? Like, what was Itachi doing in the Akatsuki except looking cool? Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? What did he do? Huh? What did his action do for the Uchihas? For that clan, for that name? What did he do? Nothing. He brought nothing. He probably brought worse shit on the whole clan. What did his action do for the Uchiha? No, he did this for the village and everything. What about your clan? What about your last name? What did his action do for the Uchiha? Nothing. And you guys are out here like fighting me for this lunatic. What did his action do for the Uchiha? Nobody can actually tell me. I keep putting that in the comments. What did he do for the Uchiha? Except killing them. Nobody can actually tell me. So, prove me wrong. I stand to be corrected. Prove me wrong.